Okay, let me record this. So under Dropbox, you see project 1.2. So you can submit it there. Okay. And let me see if I post. Yeah. So this is the Dropbox. And I think yeah, I put a rubric here as well. Okay, it's the same thing as yeah, so I have the rubric here. Okay. And it's the same thing as the one I'm going to share with you guys here under the under the announcement news announcement. um you can see this. Okay, you can see there are three files. So the first one is the Excel. So that's what you use, what you can use to get the data. Oh shoot, this computer doesn't have Excel. Let me see. Let me see if I can. Okay. Oh, I don't want to pay. Let me see. How do I get the online version? Um, just a second, okay? Sorry. Okay. So Excel, upload. Oh, I have to log in again. Okay. So I just download. Yeah, so this is the Excel. So what you do is, like I mentioned, you need to select one questions that interests you. Okay. So you can either go back to the survey or you can see that the questions is actually here. So like, do you prefer or to get other approval? That what's important to you. Okay. Whether or not this is important to you to get others approval or respect me more. Okay. So like, um, yeah. So for example, I say, well, maybe like my daughter, she want to get, she doesn't like to be criticized. But when we like the maybe older generations, they don't mind being criticized or the other way around. Okay. So you can see like what motivates you. Do you want to do better because you want to avoid being criticized by others? Okay, either supervisors, colleagues, families, or clients, or do you think there might be the generation differences? If this is something you are interested, you should explain, why this is interested to you. So 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 this is the project description. Okay. Do I have to I have to do that again. Okay, so I have to go to Word to open that. I'm not familiar with the oh wait. Okay. So, yeah. So this is the project, right? So first one, you choose one survey question that interests you. Okay. So you have to kind of answer why it interests you. You can put it on the Excel sheet. And then like if I'm interested in like these questions, right? Then I can copy this whole data to the next table. But at the same time, you also need to copy this because this is the generations differences, right? This is Gen Z answer this question. Gen Z answer this yeah, Gen Z say six. This Gen Z first three Gen Z say six. So it means they strongly agree. Okay. And then Gen Y is like four, and then this one two is the baby boomers. You see, like, from what I see, um, this actually fits to what I thought. Okay, but this is just a very, just like two, three samples. So what you need to do is you need to calculate the whole thing from this column, oops, to the, what did I do? Yeah. So you need to calculate the whole thing from that column. Okay. Oh, okay. So what is that? Is it F? No. G. Okay, G. Okay, so you copy it to here, and then you can add another tab and say this is why, like answer one, why you are interested in this. Just type it up. Okay. So this is the first part. And then the second part is you compare the responses across the generation groups. Okay, so you see we I say we copy the two columns. One is the generation group. Okay, one is this group, and one is whatever you are interested. So you put them side by side, and then you can analyze. Okay, like you can analyze what is the average for Gen Z, what is the average for Gen Y, Gen X, and then we can use the hypothesis test. You can compare that with the um whatever groups you want to compare. Or you can say, well, Gen Z tend to try to avoid criticism. They don't want to be criticized compared to the general publication. So you can you can compare Gen Z's average with the total average, and then see whether or not there's a significant difference using hypothesis test. Okay, so the second part is you can compare the responses across this, and then explain your findings, in the Excel. So the formulas, you can put it in one sheet, and then the written conclusion will be in other sheet with why this question interests you. Okay, so there are some different, like I mentioned, different level. If you use hypothesis testing, then you can have up to 160 points. The total point is 160. And then if you use confidence interval, like you say, okay, the confidence interval for the average of Gen Z in this um, question is this, okay? This like 2.5 to 3.4, okay? So then you get up to 130. So you lost 30 points. And then if you just use descriptive statistic, which is very easy, basically you just use the formula to calculate the average, the standard deviation, you get 100 points. You lost 60 points. Okay. So the step by step, so you can set up your Excel file. Okay. So you must put it in one file, but you can create different sheet. Okay. So you can do raw data where you can copy paste the data that you want to use, but don't change the original data, meaning don't change this one, don't change this one. Just copy paste and then put it to this sheet, and then you can change the name by double click and then say raw data. Okay, so this is your raw data. Okay, and then second, analysis. So, oh wait, let me see, analysis. Okay, so yeah, so you can well, you can put this one will be your raw data, and this is your analysis, because we are going to put let me change it to analysis, because we are going to copy this, and then you are going to put your formula here, right, to calculate the mean, average, and then calculate your like what is your confidence level, 95%. Then if it's two tail, then the z is 1.96. Okay, then you can compare the significant level, whether or not what is your new hypothesis. Okay, so you need to do like the new hypothesis is what, and then your H1 is what, and then whether or not you accept or reject, fail to reject or reject the new hypothesis. Okay, so you have to do your analysis here, and then you can put in the write-up. Okay, writing your explanation. So why you select the question and what's your conclusion in another sheet. So you have three sheet. Okay. So you choose the survey question, explain why, so like I mentioned, you can, kind of identify the questions and explain why you choose this. Okay. And predict based on your own rationale, predict what do you think the response will be. But sometimes whatever we predict might not be true. That's why we need to test the hypothesis, right? So then we use the existing group for data, okay, and then we do our analysis. And and you can just do like average, countive, standard deviation, using that to see, to find out our the generations we like, those are just examples. So you can do descriptive statistics, like I mentioned, just the mean or the standard deviation, or you can, by calculating the mean standard deviation, we can calculate the confidence intervals, right? So it's another level. But actually, after confidence interval, we can test the hypothesis as well. Okay, with the confidence interval, we'll be able to, you set up your own alpha, your significance level, and then whether or not we it's within the confidence interval. If it's not, then we reject the null hypothesis. If it is, then we fail to reject. Okay, so that's that. So on the write-up sheet, explain what your result mean. So like I mentioned, your this will be your you have your own prediction, but maybe your prediction might be wrong, which is okay. I just, because nobody really can predict everything. So, but it's just your instinct. And then we are using a scientific method to test our instinct. So this is why we have this, statistics. So we interpret the result in, we put it in the write-up sheet. Okay. So make sure your Excel file is clear. Well, it doesn't, well, I don't know how you define professional, but use formulas. Okay. And then try to label your result. Okay, for example, like where was it? So like here I put H1, the null hypothesis, H0, H1, what is your null hypothesis, and then this, and then what is your alpha level, what is your confidence level, write it up, make it clear for me. And yeah, so that's it. And this is the description. So I think you can just follow this step by step and then, work on that. And then the rubric, um, I also put a rubric. So I will grade your, let me see, how do I open it? Open, oh, here, rubric. Hmm? Hmm. Yeah, so this is where I have issue. Like I don't know how to use the online version of um the office. Yeah. So the rubric, like I mentioned, the questions, whether or not you actually provide the questions, you give your rationale, you will have 25%. Okay. I mean, 25 points. And then whether or not you provide, if you have the descriptive statistic, like when we calculate, even when we do hypothesis test, you have to calculate the mean, the standard deviation, right? So whether or not you have that, and then whether or not you have the interpretations, okay, and how you use Excel, how you present your formula, your hypothesis testing, your description, those kind of stuff, and then the level, the difficult level, you get if you use only descriptive analysis, then you get 0 points there. But if you use confidence interval, you get 30 points, up to 30 points. And if you use hypothesis testing, you get 60 points on that. Okay, so if we go to the Dropbox, I can show you my rubric. So, so you can see this is my rubric. So like it matches whatever, the the criteria, the rubric I gave you guys. So, if you give question rationale, okay, then I'll give you these points. And the data presentation, whether or not you show me the descriptive statistics and then your interpretation of your result and difficult level. Okay. Whether or not you use, oh, this is opposite. So whether or not you use more difficult, you get different points. Okay. Any questions?
I have a few questions. I'll stay after though.
Okay. Oh,
Same for
so
me.
okay. So do you want me to stop recording, or do you think your questions might be also the question that other people will have?
You could keep it recording for me. I don't mind.
Okay.
Same here. I don't mind.
Okay, then so let me stop share. So what's your question?
I guess I'm just kind of like I was looking at the rubric, not the rubric, the
Which-
description,
Yeah.
and I'm just confused a little bit on. I've done it before. I'm just for whatever reason I'm confused on how to put all the formulas into the Excel to get like what you need. Like I'm like I have the raw data in. I copy and pasted my question with the results, like
Mm-hmm.
all the question answers. I have the write-up sheet, put in everything. I'm just confused on like how to do the second page.
What do you mean by second page?
Like
The
the analysis.
analysis?
Yeah, I'm just do I copy and paste the information on that page too?
Uh, no. Do you mind open your Excel and then share your screen?
Yeah, I can do that for you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Can you see it?
Oh, this is
That's not it. That was a different assignment I had at
okay.
Excel. Yeah.
Sorry. We
Yeah,
saw
you're
your
good.
cover later. So, uh,
Let's see here. Okay, I can open it right
you need to go to the Excel. Now
here. Yeah.
you are in Word.
Oh wait, that's not the okay. I'm struggling here. Okay. Let me put that Excel. No.
If we have any questions or if we just want you to review our project before submitting, am I allowed to email you that to make sure what I did was correct?
I think it's better to just share it here. And if you don't want me to record it, I can stop recording because if you email me and then I respond, there might be any misunderstanding, and then we have to get back and forth. So let's just
All right.
talk
All
and
right.
then yeah.
No problem.
Okay. So could you make it larger?
Yep.
So
Can you see it?
yeah.
Okay. So that's I have all of the information here. I don't know where the other pages went.
Yeah, so make sure you have other pages, okay? And then
Yeah.
and then make sure you rename it. So what was your question? What was the question you picked?
I'm gonna pick the first one, the one that says, would you rather run your own business or be employed by a big
Okay. So what's your like I'm not going to ask you why you picked this, but what do you want to test? What's your prediction? Like what's your yeah, what do you want to predict? Which
I,
group?
I want to see if why the younger like Gen Z, I want to see why maybe who them or the older generation like baby boomers, see who comparing those two, seeing who like why baby boomers might decide to run their own business more.
Okay. So you think baby boomer will want to run their business more, or you think Gen Z will want to run their business more?
I've looked through them. I've seen it. It might look. I know seven. I think was the 7 was the most that you want to run your own business, and
Uh-huh.
one was the most you want to be employed by a business. And I've kind of seen that baby boomers have picked a higher answer for running their own business
Hmm.
compared to Gen Z. And I want to see why that is and like what the
So what we can do is we what we can do is you can say you want to see we won't be able to know why, but we can see whether or not they really want to baby boomer really want to more baby boomer want to run business than Gen Z. So what
yeah.
we can do is our null hypothesis would be the mu. Okay, let's say let me see if I can write it up. I'm just going to write it here, okay? So what we can do is we can say the baby boomers average should be um greater. Oops.
Oh, wait, I didn't know you could do
No, I can do that. So
that.
let me clear because I'm not I should use my touch screen TV. I mean the computer, but so this one. So mu. So this is the Gen baby boomer, okay?
Yep.
Should be so you think they are greater, okay? So that would be in your alternative hypothesis. So that would be
Yep.
greater than Gen Z's average, okay?
Yep.
So Gen Z is, you need to calculate Gen Z's average. And then you
How
want
would
to
I put that in there here? Would I would go to the analysis page and do that? So I'd go to this page.
no, this will be your okay, this will be your analysis. Your raw data will be the raw data from our our the whole survey.
So you just
Okay.
want me to copy and paste the whole survey into the raw data sheet.
Um,
Because this
no.
right here, what I have is the raw data from the first question.
Okay. Um, let me think. Well, in that case, what you can do is, yeah, then you can do analysis and then put in the formula. Okay.
So like could you show me how to do an example for that? Like I'll go through it here and I'll do it on here, but I just want to see like I just want to make sure I'm right. Like I don't want to screw anything
Okay.
up.
Yeah, so what I would do is so there are formulas you can do, but what I would do is you can just run a descriptive analysis. So you can select this two column and then run descriptive analysis. So it's under data. Let's see.
Okay. I see that. Okay.
Did you see descriptive analysis? I can't see your screen that it's too small. So if you don't know how, let's just do search and then type in descriptive analysis.
it might be on here. Data validation, remove duplicates, blah, blah, blah.
All right,
What if
okay.
analysis?
No.
No.
So
Oh,
you can,
sorry.
yeah, you can type in there and then see.
Data analysis?
No,
Oh, descriptive. Sorry. Yeah.
descriptive statistics. So with that, they will show you the average, the mean, the standard deviation for each group.
Descriptive statistics. Says it can't find what I'm looking for.
Then type in descriptive
Descript.
and then enter.
Why can I not find it? That's weird.
I don't know. Let
That's
me
weird.
see. Oh, I can see. Hmm. I'm not familiar with the online version of, let me look at my, yeah, mine look different than yours. Data.
Let's see here.
Wait.
Get data. What's this?
Oh,
This one on the left says I could get data, power, get data, launch power. from
How
data.
about the data, they analyze data?
Where would that be on mine? I'm looking for that.
Under data, it disappeared.
There
Huh.
we go.
Okay, you saw it.
That's the only reason why I've been having problems. I've like been having a hard time finding things.
So one thing you can do, the thing I show you guys is you can sort. Are you sorting?
Yeah, I'm on sort right now. I clicked on that.
But I didn't see anything like um.
Hmm.
So unselect this.
Yep, that's selected.
No, unselected,
Oh, unselected. Okay. How do I get out of this? Cancel. There we go. Okay.
and then sort. Click that, and then I still don't see your screen. Did it pop up?
I
Oh,
am.
you cannot do that. Oh my
Yeah.
God. You have to do. You have to undo,
There. How do I get out of this? Get off.
undo, undo, undo here.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. So click on sort, unselect.
There we go. Now I gotta unselect it. Unselect. Come on.
Oh shoot. Something changed.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why this
Yeah, just click somewhere outside. Yeah, and then just sort.
short.
What does it say?
It's just telling me the same thing. I gotta figure out how to get off of this. Uh, okay, here we go. Wait. Oh my gosh. Nope, not that either. No. Yeah, this is
Could you go to view first?
v
Change, go to view.
view,
Go change the night view or whatever. Don't make it like, make it bright. Like, yeah, where's the night view?
night view. Let me look.
Delete the night view because your screen is too dark.
Okay.
I can't see, sorry.
Where's the
So,
night view? Sorry, I'm not great with this yet. I'm trying to figure it out. Let me look that.
so let me share my screen. Let me show you how I would do it. Okay?
Let me unshare my screen then.
Yeah.
There you go.
So this is my screen. So this is what you copy, right? These first two. Okay? So I just copy and then put it here. Okay? And I would just do sort custom. I would do, oh, we have different screen. That's weird. So I would do custom sort. Okay? We can sort this. To sort this, select a cell. Okay, so I'll select this and then sort. So when I sort, because we have headers, right? We have the very top one. So we do headers and then we sort by the generation. We sort by the generation, this
Okay.
column. Okay. So
Yep.
when you sort it this way, you have all the baby boomers
Uh,
here. And then you can just, I'll just put in, I'll just put in here, baby boomers average. Okay.
gotcha. Okay.
And then, and then the next column, I'll just do average. Did you see? I just put in average. And then
Yep.
this is the formula. I just select the whole baby boomer.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm seeing it. Yep.
Yeah. So that's the average. Baby boomers average is this. And then you say you just want to do Gen Z, right? So let's just calculate Gen Z. So let's go down to Gen Z. So this is the last cell, right? So I
Yep.
say Gen Z average. And then the next cell, I do equal, average, and then select Gen Z. So this is not practical, but because now we cannot find the descriptive statistic, and I'm not familiar with the online version, but when I look it up, I would record another video and then tell you guys. So in theory, we can do descriptive statistic, and they will give you the whole table, and then they will tell you Gen Z, average standard deviation, and then Gen X, Gen Y, But now we can do this. Okay, so like your instinct is actually right.
Yeah.
Yeah, your instinct is actually right. So what we need to do is now we have to see whether or not this is really greater than this. Oops, than this. Okay, than this.
Okay.
And then the next thing is we need to calculate the standard deviation, right? So
Right.
Gen Z standard deviation, standard deviation. I just type in this. Okay, so we will know. So we can say standard deviation. So this one. Okay. So the standard deviation will be same thing. I'll just, oh, wait. Okay. Let me still select this. So we just do this.
Okay, this is making more sense to me now. I just gotta figure out how to use my Excel.
Yeah. So, but this is why I want you guys to do this because now you cannot tell ChatGPT to do analysis for you. So, right? So this is your standard deviation. Okay, then you can use that to calculate, you know, um,
Yep.
yeah. So does it make sense now? So you can use
Yeah.
that to test your
And after that you
hypothesis.
and yeah, and then after that you'd put that through the hypothesis test and
Yes, then you put it right up here, like the first one, why you picked that question, and then second one, what's your prediction? Okay, and then but when you say your prediction, I don't want you to say, oh, because you look over the data. I want you to say
yeah.
like, oh, because like friend of like my families that's baby boomers, they all talk about they want to have their own business. So you want to see if most like like baby boomers actually tend to want to be entrepreneur than Gen Zs.
Okay.
Okay.
All
So
right. Yeah.
write the rationale and then your prediction is, like what I put in, your baby boomer average should be greater than your Gen Z average. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So and then what's your confidence interval? Because now remember I wrote this is a one tail. Okay, one tail, right?
Yep.
So we use the baby boomer is the new hypothesis is their mu is less than Gen Z. So you want to say, oh wait, yeah, you want to say they are greater than Gen Z. Okay.
Yep.
So this is one tail. So when you have one tail, if your significance level is 5%, that means your Z is not 1.96, it's 1 point, I think 645. So that you have to look it up. Okay.
Yep.
Because now it's one tail.
Okay.
So,
And
okay.
you want to make that whole chart and everything.
Well, if you make whole chart, you get, extra credit because that means you understand. So it depends on where is this baby boomer, and then we will put Gen Z's average as the population average. So you want to see whether or not this is significant enough to be, you know, um, how should I put it? Like this is 95% of the area. So whether
Yep.
or not it's greater than that. If it is, then we reject this null hypothesis. That means baby boomers, oh no, this shouldn't have this. So baby boomers average is greater than the Gen Zs. That means baby boomer really want to be like more baby boomer want to be entrepreneur than Gen Z.
Okay. All right.
Okay?
Yeah. Sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So thank you for asking this question so that we record this and then I think now people have better idea And of course, there are some assumptions like what is your sample size? What is your like the alpha level? So everybody will be different, right? So you have to make sure you put it in your write-up, in your analysis, and then it actually makes sense.
And
Okay?
so so like if I did like what you showed me, the average and the standard deviation, that's just the first part. You get 100 points for that part.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just
Okay.
I just
Yep.
gotta figure that all out. Okay, thank you.
Yep. So let me stop recording. And then if you have questions, you can also stay and then ask. Where's my recording? Oh, here. Okay.